I believe other people are joining, are going to join, they will find us. So, yes, that is Teacher Jonah. I am glad to have you. I am a teacher of English language and social studies. I work here with the yaka.cc. I am glad that you have made it to this class. So now that you've seen me, allow me turn off my video so that we don't make the link very heavy for you. Okay. The other key thing is you are requested to keep your microphones at mute until when you are speaking or until when you're giving the answer. And even if you're giving an answer, still you unmute and you mute immediately to avoid noise in the background. As usual, I will start by trying to make sure that everybody can hear me. Let me start with Denise. Denise, good afternoon and you're welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
When I call your name, you unmute and then later you mute after answering. Elisheba, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Teacher Jonah.
Yes, you're welcome. Janelle, you're welcome.
Thank you, Teacher Jonah.
Yes. Kyra Akero, you are welcome.
Thank you, Jonah.
Kirsten, you're welcome.
Thank you, Teacher Jonah. Thank you, Teacher Jonah.
Maria, you are welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Maria, you're welcome.
Thank you, Teacher Jonah. Thank you, Teacher Jonah.
Yes. Nasha, you are welcome.
Thank you, Teacher Jonah, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nasha. Nusura Nyanjura Noni Kalyango, you are welcome. You unmute and you speak. Nusura Nyanjura Noni Kalyango. Okay. Stacy Katana Charot, you're welcome.
Thank you, Teacher Jonah.
Valentine Chris, you're welcome.
Thank you, Teacher Jonah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, so apart from Nyanjura, others can hear me very well. And then Birunji, who has not connected her audio. Let me just type something to her. So we are going to start. As I've told you, my name is Teacher Jonah, and those are my telephone numbers in case you need any help. Before I introduce you to something that we are going to do today, I am compelled to review what we discussed last time. So I'm going to make the review to save time. Last time when I was here with you, we discussed about verbs, and we say that a verb or verbs are words which express actions or they state or the states of being or having. We also discussed and said that a verb can also indicate an event, feeling, or a condition of something, like is. Is a verb of being. When you say, my mother is sick, in that sentence, is the verb and is a verb of being. We went ahead and gave some examples of verbs. I remember I even asked Nasha to turn on her screen and she demonstrated a few verbs. Those are some of the examples of verbs that we gave, in addition to the many that we put in the chart. We also went and discussed some types of verbs. We said they are regular verbs. Regular are verbs that have the same past form as well as their past participle. Their past form and their past participle are the same. Those are regular verbs. Whereas irregular verbs are the verbs whose past form is not the same as their past participles. Auxiliary verbs, we said these are helping verbs like is. They are of different types. Like is a form of auxiliary verb to be, to have, and to do. There are three helping verbs, major helping verbs, from which we create about 12 or even 10 other subdivisions. But what you have to remember is to be gives us is and arms, is, am, and are. Then we have being. Those are to be forms. And then to do gives us did, do, does, did, done. Then to have gives us has and have and had. So all those ones are forms of helping verb to do, to have, and to be. They are three forms. So we also went to phrasal verbs, and we said they are phrasal because the word phrasal comes from the word phrase. They are in twos or even threes. We gave an example of what words like sit down. So we combine a verb and a preposition, so it becomes a phrasal verb. So those phrasal verbs, we looked at them, and yes, we went ahead and talked about infinitive verbs. These are verbs in their base form, verbs as you find them in the dictionary, verbs as you look them up in the dictionary. Then we went to transitive verbs. We say these are verbs that require an object in a sentence. An object in a sentence. Zainab Nakaketo, you are welcome. And unmute and you say hello so that we can know that you can hear us. Okay, when you are ready, or perhaps you can also put it in the chat. So we've talked about transitive verbs, and we have the opposite of which is, of course, intransitive. Intransitive because they don't have objects. Like when somebody says, I am sleeping, you don't ask where and what, it is clear. So some verbs are transitive, others are intransitive. So we went to regular verbs and we defined regular verbs, and we said all regular verbs have the perfect tense form similar to their past form. These verbs end in D, ED, D, or even T in their past tense as well as their past participle. So we even gave examples of verbs like heal, whose present participle is healing, past tense, past form is healed, and the past participle is healed. So that is a regular verb because its past tense and its past participle are the same. Talk of walk, talk of pick, talk of earn, and so many others. So those are some of the 4 regular verbs that we gave. But these ones, we said these are the ones that end in ED. That end in ED. I think we had about 2 categories. So you can see walk, walking is present participle, then walked is past form, and then walked is past participle. So we went ahead and talked about those verbs that end in E. There we said you simply add letter D to form their past form and their past participle. We even gave examples of verbs like live, the infinitive is live, the present participle is living, the past form is lived, the past participle form is lived. File, filing, filed, filed. Move, moving, moved, and moved. Accuse, accusing, accused, and accused. Plain, that is plain, to make something smooth, not plan. So the infinitive is plain, the present participle is planning, the past form is planned, even the past participle is planned. Cop and all that we talked about. So we discussed, okay, I think this is repeated. This is what we have just finished. Okay, so we are going to go ahead with something new, but I want to find out whether there is someone with a question about the review that I have made. If there is something you never understood clearly or you have not understood clearly and you want to get guidance, it is time you ask. Jackie, you are welcome and good afternoon. Yes. Is there anyone with a question about what we studied? And yes, Kirsten.
Excuse me, teacher. I wasn't there when you were teaching verbs.
Sorry about that, Kirsten. Please. What were you saying?
May you send it to me at the end of the lesson? May you send it to me at the end of the lesson?
Okay, Kirsten. I am going to make sure that I send you this work at the end of the lesson, and I put them in one slide, rather in one PowerPoint file, so that you connect them from the previous one to this one, like we did for SST, okay?
Yes, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Anyone else with a question? Okay. If there are no questions, yes, we did not finish all the regular verbs, so we are going to continue with the regular verbs. Regular verbs that end in consonant, vowel, consonant, that form, they sometimes abbreviate it as CVC, and they must be of one syllable. They must be of one syllable, except for W, X, Y, K, H, and V. There we double the last letter and we add ed. Let me make this clear. If a regular verb ends in consonant, vowel, consonant, and it has one syllable, if that syllable is not, if that the last consonant is not W, X, Y, K, H, and V, then we double that syllable. Yes, then we double that syllable. Am I clear? Let me see people, if it is clear, if you've understood, you click on yes in your chat. There is a yes button where you go when you go to participants. Yes, I have seen one person. That is Nasha. Others, no. This is Denise. Denise has not understood. I'm going to repeat. Who else? Janelle, Kirsten, Stacy, thank you. If you've not understood, you click on no so that I can know that you've not understood and I repeat for you. We have the time that we need. We'd rather do something small, but when you have understood it very well. Okay. For you to understand, you can just remove. For you to understand very well, allow me share a new slide so that I can explain to you very well. PowerPoint. I need to help you understand very well. What we are talking about basically, new slide, is this. Am I still connected? Okay. What I'm talking about basically is this. Let me show you here. Okay. You may find a word, and what you have to do is to look at its last three letters. Take an example of the verb to get. Verb to get. Okay, let me just get one that is regular. To get is not regular. Let me see verb to, which verb? Which verb I'm looking for? Who can tell us, can give us one verb that ends in CVC, let me just go back to our notes somehow. Okay. Okay, verb to plan. Verb to plan. So what I have to do is to look at the last three letters. To look at the last three letters. If I look at the last three letters, that is L, A, and N, in which form are they? Which type of letter is L? Is it a vowel or a consonant? If you know the answer, you raise your hand and you tell us. I will pick you and you tell us. Letter L, is it a vowel or a consonant? Yes, Elsheba.
Consonant.
It is a consonant. Nasha, is letter a consonant or a vowel?
A vowel.
It is a vowel. What about, so let me see. Yes, Denise, letter N, is it a consonant or a vowel?
Consonant.
It is a consonant. Therefore, this word plan ends in consonant, vowel, consonant. Do we agree? So if a verb ends in consonant, vowel, consonant, and it has only one syllable, then we double the last consonant and we add ed to form its past tense and the past participle. Denise, is that clear? Okay, good. So let me stop sharing. We get back to our slides. Yes. Oh, we have even lost them. Okay, let me just open them once again and okay, P4 verbs. Okay, here we are. Let's get back to our slides. Okay, there you go. So, we're saying, we're here. Yeah, here. That if a regular verb ends in CVC, most are of one syllable except WXY's K and H and V and Z, double the last T consonant. So we have the word plan. We have the word plan. So we are going to conjugate it. We are going to change. We are going to, in our charts, we are going to write its past form and its past participle form in charts. In charts. I am waiting. In charts. You know where the chart is? Just get there and write two forms like this. You write, if it is, you write the two answers, come, like that. I want you to write, Nasha, I want answers in the chat. Answers in the chat so that everybody can participate. Answers in the chat. Answers in the chat. I am waiting. I have not seen any answer. No answer yet. No answer yet in the chat. So we are changing the word plan. We want its C, past tense, and its past participle. Chat. You write your answer in the chat. No answer yet. You write your answers in the chat. No answer yet. Is it that we don't know the answers? Or we are slow at typing? One answer is here in the chat. Answers should be coming. We want Stacy. We want the past simple and the past participle. You know what we're doing earlier, like here, live, living, leave alone the living. Living is present participle. So we want these last two forms. The last two forms. Leave alone this one that ends in ing because that is the present participle. One, the last two forms. Last two forms. Yes, Nasha, still Nasha, you've done the same thing as okay, let me just help you for plan. So it is plan, plant, plant. So that's what we want. You write two answers, plant and plant. That is how that verb changes in the past tense and in the past participle. Yes, Nasha, you have a question?
No.
Okay. Let's get to verb beg. Verb beg. How does it change? Put your answers in the chat. Want to see answers in the chat. Beg, I want to see two answers on the same line. You just put a space and you type your answer. How does it change? What is beg in the past tense? What is beg in the past participle? Past form, past participle. Past form, past participle. Just that. Yes, like Denise. Yes, thank you, Valentine. Your answer is here. Everybody can see it. Yes, thank you, Nasha. That's what I wanted. Good answers. More answers, please. Everyone get to your chat and type. Yes, Denise, good answer. Good answer, Denise. Others, 1, 2, 3. I want two other answers. And then we get to the next question. Yes, Nasha, Nasha, we have not reached there. Nasha, we are still doing one which is beg. And we have discovered that beg as we have seen. Kirsten, you're writing in our screen. Beg is begged, and even the past participle is begged. What about rub? Rub. Thank you, Stacy. Rub. Rub. Where are the answers? Thank you. Nasha, yours came earlier. Thank you. This is Valentine. Thank you. Good answer. Thank you. So rub is, we double the last T. Rubbed. Even here, we have rubbed. Very good answers. Thank you for being active. Stacy, thank you. Denise, thank you. So I am ending here for this. You will fill them in your free time. In your free time, I'm going to share with you the slides so you can do the revision by yourselves in your free time, and feel free to put the work in your books, and if it is possible, share with us the photo after doing the work. So all these ones, what you have to realize is that every word that here that we've had, when it has one or two syllables and ends in consonant, vowel, consonant, we have doubled the last letter before adding ed. That's the principle that you have to remember and to help you a lot. So that is it. So let's get to some irregular, these ones are still regular verbs that end in Y, they drop it and then they take IED. In English, every time we have a word we are conjugating and it ends in Y, we drop the Y and replace the Y with I before we make it whatever we want. So just look at these verbs. They end in Y, so the instruction is drop the Y and add IED. So for purposes of spelling, get to the chart. How does spy change? Past tense and past participle, spy. Because what I tell you to tell me, you will tell me, but I will not have known whether you know the spelling of the word or not. So let's type in the chat the past tense and the past participle of the word spy, of the verb spy. I cannot see answers. Are you slow typists? Thank you, Valentine. Good answers. Thank you, Nasha. Good answers. Good, 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 good. I am waiting for others. So when you have such a verb, don't simply add ed. You have to drop the y and add I. Always the y is replaced by the I, then you add ed as you wish. I have only received 2 answers. Kirsten, where are you? Stacy, where are you? Denise, where are you? Elisheba, please type your answers very fast. Send them. Send them. Janelle, send your answers. Nyanjura, we want to see your answers. Jackie, oh, Katana has lost connection. Where are your answers? Okay, so as they get to type their answers and send them, we have learned that this one becomes spied. Okay, then even this one, spied. We have dropped the Y and adopted Y. We have and adopted the I. So that is the principle. So we have fry. Those of you can type. Elsheba, thank you for your answer. Fry. Fry. Remember, drop the Y. Adopt IED. Drop the Y and then add IED. Thank you, Nasha. Good answer. Elsheba, for you have cry, and I don't see cry on our list. But anyway, it is a good one. It follows the same principle. Yes, Elsheba, good answer. Okay, so this is fry. Fried. That is fried to spice up something. Fried. Very good. Like we fry chicken, we fry fish. That is the fry we are talking about. So I'm also going to leave this for you. You will do in your free time. The table, you will fill the tables by yourselves in your free time. Let's get to irregular verbs. Now, irregular verbs are unique because they have the same infinitive, past simple, and past participles. In short, they don't change anywhere. They don't change in any way. They don't change. So we are going to look at them. Yes, Valentine and the friend and company, you will do the work when you have time on your own. Jackie, you will do the work. So these ones have the same form as their infinitive, as their past form, as their past participles. Isn't it interesting? Let's look at them. Take an example of spread. Spread remains the same whether in the past or the present or in the past participle. It remains spread. Okay? They spread COVID-19 last year. He has spread COVID-19 this year. You get that? You don't change. You don't change it. The same applies to heat. 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 It remains heat. Heat. It is heat everywhere, in the past simple, in the past participle, even in the infinitive. Who can construct for us a sentence using hot? This one. Hot. I want a sentence in the past. In the past tense using hot. Jackie, please tell us, construct a sentence in the past tense using the verb hot. Yes, Nasha?
She hurt herself yesterday.
She hurt herself yesterday. You don't add ed, you don't change anything. It is the same. Now use, Nasha, would you construct another sentence with the word has, have, or had? With hurt. I mean, those ones are called the perfect tenses. Very good, Valentine. Very good answer. Yes, Elsheba?
I hurt myself when I was playing.
Very good. So you don't have to add ed or d or whatever. You get that? Those are irregular verbs that are the same. Yes, Janelle.
I hurt myself yesterday when I was peeling food.
Yes, when I was peeling, but you know how to peel, Janelle.
I know how to peel food.
Sure. Matoke.
Yes.
Okay, good girl. Elsheba.
My brother hurt himself when he was playing.
A brother and her. Ah. I've never seen a brother who is a girl. You say my brother hurt himself, okay? Okay, so those are some of the verbs that remain the same in the past tense and even in the past participle. Verbs like cut, they remain the same, they don't change. So they are irregular because they are the same in the infinitive, they are the same in the past, they are the same in the past participle. Let's get to another form of irregular verbs. These irregular verbs that change I to you in the past simple and even in the past participle. We have a number of them. Dig, ring, stick, sling, string, fling, strike, and even cling. Those verbs change the I to you both in the past simple and even in the past participle. Okay? So that means here I will have dug, even here dug, simple. Here I will have rang, even here I will have, this was dug, here I will also have rang. So they don't change, they remain, they only change once. I becomes you both in the past tense and even in the past participle. Talk of stick, it will be stuck. I stuck my calendar on the wall. I stuck my calendar on the wall. You get that? I have stuck my calendar on the wall. It doesn't change. It remains stuck either in the past or in the past participle. So get the distinction. I stuck my calendar. Yes, please. I stuck my calendar on the wall and I have stuck my calendar on the wall. I have used it as the past tense as well as the past participle. So I will leave those ones for you to go and do on your own. Yes, I know good children will do all of them. So we get to these other, these are the irregular verbs. Now there are those that change I to A in the past simple and they change you and to you in the past participle. For them, they change twice. When they are making their past forms, the I becomes A. When they are making their past participle, the I becomes you. Let's get to see some of them. The past tense of sink is sunk with A, whereas its past participle is sunk with you. So get this clearly. if they gave you a sentence like this, let me just get a new slide here, and they say, I have dash in a pool. Then here they put sink. What is going to be the answer? Who can tell us the answer? You raise the hand and you tell us the answer. Yes, Sheba. Yes, Elsheba is not speaking. Maybe let me try Kirsten.
Sank with A.
Sank with A. Kirsten, do you agree?
Yes.
Valentine, do you agree with them?
No.
No. Why?
It is sank with you.
Why do you say so?
It is in the past simple tense.
Okay. So it is true, like what he said, the past simple tense here, if you go back to your knowledge, it does not require helping verbs. This one of the past participle is the one that requires the helping verbs. So this one becomes sunk with you. The answer is sunk with you. So if you want the one with sunk with A, it will be I dash in a pool. In a pool. This one will be sunk with A. This answer here is sunk with you. Okay? Is that clear? Then this one is sunk with A. So this one is the past tense, this one is the past participle. Is that clear? Valentine, do you have a question? Your hand is still up. Kirsten, your hand is still up. Okay. So that is it. Let me just give you another example here. The choir dash a nice song yesterday. That's one. And then in brackets we have sing. Then number two, the choir has dash a nice song a few moments ago. And then the question, the verb in the brackets is sing. Katana, what is going to be your answer for the first question?
Sang with you.
Are you sure?
The choir.
Okay, thank you. What about you? I can see 4 hands already up. What about you, Valentine? First question.
Sang with A.
That's what Valentine thinks. Kirsten? Yes, Nasha?
Sang with you.
Sang with the truth is, in the first case, the answer is supposed to be sung with the letter a, because that is the past form, yesterday. Then in the second case, that's when we use sang with you, because that is the past participle, because it has the helping verb has. So when you have such helping verbs, then you need to change. I think we shall just get more time and we get back to this, but you need to just get your dictionaries, try to check out these things. This is swam with a, then this is swam with the, swam with you, swam with you. As simple as that. So the changes are small. In the past simple, you use swam with a, and then the past participle, that means you must add there a helping verb, either has or have or had, for you to use what is in the second or the third column. And then lastly, we had those that drop one letter E and add letter T. Like this one will become crept. The same thing in the past tense, even in the past participle. So our time is fast spent. Another class is beginning in 4 minutes. I don't know that there are questions that I can answer in okay, yes, Nasha.
I didn't know my hand was up.
Okay, it is okay. Your hand was up. If there are questions that I can answer in a few minutes, you can ask. If there are detailed questions, you can put them on our WhatsApp group. We shall answer them there. Yes, Valentine.
Is had in the past participle?
Is?
Had in the past participle.
Yes, had can be a past participle of the word of verb to have. Okay. Infinitive to have, it can have had as its past participle. Yes, Valentine. Okay, thank you so much. Sorry?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I am going to share these slides so that we can revisit them. Use your dictionaries at home. Try to find these words in the dictionaries. You will see what we are talking about, what we are discussing. So when we come back again, perhaps next week, we can be able to do some good work. Thank you so much. You can leave.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching.
You're welcome. Kirsten, do you have a question? I can see your hand is up.
I never knew it was up.
Okay. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.